Hello, hello, hello. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Hope everybody is doing well today. We are back with another stream. Ready to push for some wins. Hopefully. Um, Definitely hope everybody had a good, great, humbling Monday yesterday. Whether you placed the bet or not, hopefully, your Monday was kind to you. Um, my Monday was fairly good. Today was fairly good. But last night, as far as my bets go, yeah, more on the downside. Only had 4 wins. Went 4 for 9. And that's okay. Looking to push for some positive things to happen. But again, hopefully everybody's doing well today. If you feel comfortable, feel like sharing your thoughts on last night, if you feel like sharing your picks for tonight, feel free. Leave some comments in the live stream and or in the comments of the video after the live stream. Gonna hopefully go roughly, maybe an hour, maybe less. We'll see what happens. Already have pretty much all of my picks in today. I came prepared this time. So I'm pretty much ready. I may do one parlay here on the live stream for today's live for these tonight for these games. So we'll see what happens with that. But let's dive into our recap. Like I said, only had 4 wins, specifically 4, and one of them I'm really happy about. I was like, yo, it actually happened, because I talked about it in the live stream yesterday. But we'll dive into that in a little bit. And I did do, I think it was like 1, maybe 2 live picks that didn't go through. One of them was Kyle Kuzma because he had like 16 points at the half, and I put him down for 30, and I should have just faded his points because he finished with 22. I was upset. I was like, you only scored 6 points the rest of the game. But it is what it is. But I'm very glad that my Thunder did win last night. We win big. That's basketball. That's how it's supposed to be. Stars on the team aren't playing, the team that you're rooting for and or not, you're just like, oh, like the better team on paper that was already better before the game started, before tip-off happened, and then the starters on the opponent team are not playing, and you just have backups and stuff like that, and even a couple of role players didn't play either. That's basketball. That's how it's supposed to be on paper. That score, we won by 30 plus points. I should have went over on FanDuel and took us to win by 31 plus whatever it was. The value must have been plus 200, plus 300, something like that. Wherever it was, I should have just hammered even 10 cents on that pick. That would have automatically won. And definitely I should have taken Milwaukee's team total under for last night's game, because that cashed. If you would have done that, but I didn't even think to do that. But let's see here. So the 2 lock picks went 1-on-1. Charlotte Hornets took them down for them to win the fourth quarter. That did not cash. That was the first lock pick from yesterday's video. They lost the fourth quarter. The Wizards scored 27 points. Hornets scored 26. It was down to the wire too. It seemed like the Hornets were going to possibly win, but it didn't happen. And the Wizards won by 10 points. So, if you had taken the Wizards to cover the spread, that covered. The money line, all of that cashed for you. But it's all good. Currently, as of right now, the Hornets are 6-2-1 over the last 9 games when it's pertaining to winning the fourth quarter. So that's that one. The other one was for the over on the Hawks game. That went over. Them and the Pistons, they scored 262 points, if I remember correctly. 132. Hawks won. Trae Young hit a game winner, I think. And the Pistons scored 130. So I took the Pistons to win the game by 1 to 10 points, so didn't think that Atlanta was gonna kind of ball out last night, but they did. They won. They covered the spread, all of that, so that worked out. So that one is the cash. So we were 1-1. We're 27-35 for the month. Wait, hold on. What am I saying? What am I doing? This is February. I've been putting in January. This is why I haven't been focused. So let's see what my record is for February. Let's fix that real quickly. February, because it's no longer January. I don't know why kept thinking it's January. No, it's February. We're in February. We're like day 4. I think I'm just tired. I think I'm mentally just tired. I think that's the reason why I've been kind of messing up and stuff like that. But so for the month of February, I am currently 1-3, 1-5, 2-6 for the month of February. So this isn't going well. Now I started off hot at the beginning of January. I went for like 14-6, like the first couple of weeks into January, something like that, a week and a half, something. Definitely several days I was doing well, 14-6, and then after I got my 14th win, that's when everything started to go downhill. I was losing more than I was winning. I was barely winning, and then I got to 500, and then I kept going above 500. So, yeah. What a month. And currently, February is not going the route that I wanted to go. So, 2-6 currently in the month of February. So, it sucks. It's okay. It is all right. It happens. So that one didn't cash. Jalen Duren, double. That was minus 150 over on FanDuel. That did not cash. So Duren he finished with literally he was 1 rebound shot from a double. 18 points. 9 rebounds. He was right there on the cusp. All he needed to do was grab one more, and that would have cashed, but it didn't. So Justin, the homie Justin, who popped in the live stream yesterday, he actually took Amin Thompson's for a double. It was plus 115 from what he said. That cash. So if you would have taken Amin Thompson for a double, if it was available, I don't know if it is. Let me check to see, because I'm on FanDuel right now. Let me see. Amin Thompson got a triple-double. He had like 21 points, 10 rebounds, or 11 rebounds and 11 assists last night in a loss to the Knicks. Because the Knicks came back. For the most part, Houston was winning most of the game. And, yeah, I was sitting there like, yo, Knicks is more than likely possibly going to lose. But never say never. You don't know how these games are going to flow and go. Even when we're walking into the fourth quarter, we've literally seen teams be down 30 points and come back. Literally, Boston's done it. Denver's done. We've seen teams do that this year and last season, and the season before. Still baffling to me that you could be up like 40 points in the first half, and then a run goes. The team goes cold, and a run happens, and the opponent literally decides that they want to come back and actually win the game. Baffling to me. And like we said, like I've stated, we've seen teams go out here and on paper win, right? They're on paper supposed to win and win big, and they don't at all. They actually turn around and lose by, say, 11 or 15 points or whatever. Get blown out at home or on the road. Like, how do you lose? You're the favorite. You're not supposed to lose. But that's, that also happens in college football and basketball. Upsets. It happens. So that's the thing. So per FanDuel, the only triple-double pick that's available is Alperen Sengun. Plus 1,900. Nothing on FanDuel. Let me run over to, because that lets me know, like, hey, that sucks. That if, I'm getting sidetracked here I just wanted to just see. does a couple of these sports book have availability for a triple double to be chosen? I don't see anything over on Caesars. Usually Caesar has something available to pick, even like in the poppers. Nothing available that I see. Maybe combo? Yeah, nothing in combo. So Caesar doesn't have anything at all. Nothing. Nope, nothing at all for say a triple double. But I can more than likely I can put Sengun down for him to go over 18.5 points. I'm just kind of just sidetracking, sidebar real quick. So 18.5 points, 10 is rebounds is 9.5, and then assists is 4.5. Let me look at this real quick. Let me see if so they don't even have him available to pick for as far as assists. You can't even pick an alternate for him for offenses and Sengun. But this is plus 480 if you want to take it. Sengun to go to score 19 points, to get 10 rebounds, and to get 5 assists, plus 480 over on Caesars at least. So yeah, just like I said, sidebar. I don't know if I'm gonna hold on to that. I may take that just to see if it would hit tonight. But at the same time, it could be a blowout. Rockets could be walking into a easy, huge, basically a big win tonight. Tonight. It was a sidebar, but got sidetracked. Let's get back on track. Speaking of which, Amen Thompson to get 8.5 rebounds, that cashed. He finished with I think 11 from correct. This one I did this parlay, one of my easier parlays that I do. It's real simple. So we're on FanDuel. 2 players to score 10 points, 2 more players to score to shoot and make 1 3. It was Kessler, and Nembhard to get 10 points, Mathurin and Collins to get 1 3. This was for the Pacers at the Jazz. Nembhard had 10, literally on the nose. Mathurin had 1 3, literally on the nose, and Collins, same thing on the nose, 1 3. Kessler finished with 7 points at the half. I went to bed. I went to sleep because I was like, oh, he should get these 3 points. Woke up this morning, 9 points. I don't know what happened. I really don't. But I do know what did happen. Per this game, I ended up taking over on FanDuel, because I brought it up in the live stream yesterday, is that I was 0-2, maybe 0-3, taking a team to go under the team total points against the Pacers. The Pacers their defense just wasn't shutting those teams down for those 2 picks. And I said, you know what? Per the way Outlier had it, they were, Utah should have been a lock. They had went like 6 straight games of definitely not hitting their team total points over. They only went over like twice out of a 10 games span. And I said, this is supposed to be perfect. This is it. And I wasn't sure. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do 3 times the charm. This has to be it. This has to be the one. And as we see what happened, the Pacers won 112 to 111. The team total under for the Jazz was 117.5 for them to go under 118 points, and that cashed. I woke up like, yes, finally hit. It finally hit. I thought it was going to go 0-3, but that cashed. So I'll take it. Kings at Minnesota. I took the Timberwolves to go over their team total points, 113.5 for them to go over 114, at least get 114 points, and they hit it on the nose. Lost though, 116 to the Kings, 116 to 114. But I will gladly take that win even in the midst of it being a L. So, yeah, that cashed. Like I did mention, OKC Thunder, I took this bet. It was minus 110 over on Bet 365 for us to cover the spread at 16. Again, I stated in yesterday's stream, had I been paying attention, had I looked at that the day before Sunday evening, because the line opened at 7.5, that was perfect. That right there was a perfect spread to grab because it jumped up because, Giannis had already been, nixed from the game to not play. And then I think like an hour and a half before the game, Lillard had been announced that he wasn't playing. And then I think like just before tip-off, they announced that Brook Lopez wasn't playing. And I said, yo, this has to be the one where everything goes a specific route. I was watching another capper on his show with his crew. They were saying like, yeah, my Thunder have been struggling, which is true. We have been struggling against certain teams over the last couple of weeks. And there have been times where we were like, this should go a specific route. We should cover the spread. We literally should be covering these spreads, and we weren't. But this on paper, definitely just before tip off, this was the perfect spot for us to cover this 60, even 16.5. But again, the line opened at 7.5. If I had grabbed that, Sunday evening, that was an automatic win. You could have taken us to cover the spread at the half, cover the spread in the first quarter, taking the total over, the Thunder's team, all of that stuff. Plenty of funds were won from specifically that were literally out there for us to grab extra money. I just didn't think to, like I mentioned, I didn't think to take Milwaukee Bucks team total under in points. So that did not work. That I next time I'm gonna make sure to do a whole plethora of picks for a game like that. Of course, in hopes that it does go the specific route that it did last night. This one, my other favorite team, the Memphis Grizzlies. This one, I'm glad we won. I'll take the win. Hosting the San Antonio Spurs for us to go under our team total points of 120.5. They announced that Ja was playing, I think like an hour and a half, maybe a couple hours before the tip off. That's when, because Desmond Bane was announced that he wasn't going to be in, and I did not know that Ja was questionable. So, with them announcing that he was playing, I was like, as soon as I got the notification, I was like, this might not go in my favor for the pick, and it sure enough didn't. We scored 128 points, and the Spurs scored 109. So that was a win for us. So that did not cash for me. And I also ended up taking, during the live stream yesterday, Pelicans to cover the spread, plus 10. Pelicans lost by 12 to the Denver Nuggets, 125-113. That did not cash. I was hopeful because Pelicans came out firing in the a little bit, just a smidge before Denver decided to. It was the first quarter. Like, they went up by like 10, and then Denver decided to come back, and they turned it around and won the first quarter by 10. Then they won the second quarter by 12. And I was like, this doesn't seem like it's going to go the route. And then that's when Pelicans decided to do their own, and they won the third quarter by 10. And I'm like, okay, maybe this could go the route, but it didn't. Denver scores 32 points in the fourth. Pelicans scored 28. Yeah, they only won one quarter. Yeah, that sucks. So, yeah, that's that pick. This one was a smart one. Portland Trailblazers, plus 5. I said, you know what? I got that feeling. Portland's back-to-back against the Suns. A lot of people were saying this should be a revenge spot for the Suns to go back here. They didn't go anywhere, but to come back into the stadium of the Blazers and get this win, that didn't happen at all. The Blazers won. The game went in OT. First and foremost, the Blazers were balling, right? For the most part. Tied up in the first quarter. Both teams scored 31 points. Phoenix won the second quarter 24-18, but then Portland won the third quarter 37-25. They won by 12 points. I was like, yo, this more than likely is going to be a win. This spread more than likely is going to be a win. But when I woke up and seen that it went into overtime and Portland won they lost the fourth quarter because it caused the OT, and it went OT. Portland won the OT 14 points to 12. I woke up to see that they won by 2 points, 121-19. I'll take that win. And then this one, I thought it was going to go through. It didn't. Orlando Magic go over the team total points, 104.5 against the Golden State on the road. I thought that this was the spot that they were going to at least wake up to at least score. Not technically win, but at least score. That didn't happen. Back-to-back games of scoring 99 points. Orlando's they're just on a rut right now. They really are. They really, really are. So that's pretty much all the picks. Like I said, 4-9 out of the 13 that I put together. One live or a couple of lives or something. I think it was just one. It was Kyle Kuzma, and it didn't go through. He finished, like I said, he finished with 22 points. So let's talk about the two locks per the video. I know I rambled so much over the last 15 minutes, but just wanted to just dive into these 13 picks real quick. But let's go over the locks, and then let's go over the picks that I did put in for all of the games. Philadelphia 76ers money line. I decided to take a money line for the first time here on the channel. Was a Philadelphia. That's technically the second pick, but I'll still talk about it anyway. Money line, I got it at a much better value than what it is now. As you look at it, it moved up several points. I got it at -116 over on FanDuel. It's sitting at -170 for Bet365. Main reason being Dallas is down. We don't really know. I don't even know. Didn't get any notifications for this one. See, look at this. Khalid Martin just got traded here today, so he's definitely not playing. That Derek Lively's out. Of course, Anthony Davis was announced yesterday that he wasn't going to be playing this game, so he may be playing the next game that come. I don't know who they're playing next. Dwight Powell's out. PJ Washington. All these players are out, right? But Philly's got the game time decisions, the GTD, but not the other GTD that Tommy said on the show Martin. That's for another topic. But Drummond is game time decision. Joel Embiid, they're saying game time decision. I kind of feel like he's not going to play. Paul George is out. Gordon may not play. And then Quentin Grimes just got traded here too. So, yeah. And I think, and there was another one. See, look, Lowry is game time. Martin game time. So, yeah. I just kind of had that feeling per this spot, per what Dallas has to offer as far as a team currently. Kyrie maybe possibly playing tonight, but I just kind of have that feeling that, you could probably put Maxey down for 30 plus points again, maybe some assists, Oubre for some points, Yabusele might be playing, so you could probably put him down for some rebound. So it's just like, I just kind of have a feeling that Philly's going to win. Plus with that, per the last 10 games, both of them are hitting this mark of winning at least 40% of their games, the last 10 games. Philly's coming off of a 4 straight game, and now they're having back-to-back losses against Denver and Boston. Head-to-head matchup, though, they went 1-1 last season. The last game they played in Dallas, they lost, and the last game that they played at home, they won. Last game they played at home against Dallas, they lost by 16 points. So, like I said, I just kind of had that feeling. I really feel like, too, if you really want to just be more of on the cautious side, you may want to more so hammer the under. I think this moved. I think this was at a different spot. May have been higher, a little bit higher, but now it's 228.5. -105 over on Caesars. The under hasn't really been hitting at all. It's been more so the over for both teams. For 50-50 for more recently for Philly. It's been going under. Let's see, at home more specifically 60%, and then for Dallas away 50%. So that's what I'm saying for this specific game with both teams. I would think the under. just to be on the safe side, just being honest with my thoughts for this pick, for this game, should I say? You may want to take that, but again, my lock pick is for Philly to win, straight up. Next up is, and I'm glad that I grabbed it. I grabbed it. And it was this game. It was the over, the Jover. Where are you? So I grabbed it hours early. If I can find it. Because it's currently saying 238.5. I grabbed it. Look, I got a couple of Super Bowl picks here that I put in today. Man, I just had it. And I lost my pick. Like, I was just looking at it too. And here we go. Bet 365. Minus 110. Boston Celtics at the Cleveland Cavaliers. 236. That's the specific spot. I got it at 236. Kind of wish I grabbed it at 235 even, because it opened up. Look at this. It opened up at 235 at 4. Or maybe. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 4:35 p.m. yesterday. It opened up minus 110, 235. Wish I had grabbed it then, but now it's currently at 238. So. Yeah, I grabbed it just because, more so because every time that these two teams played, the total has gone under, right? As we see, when we look at Boston away, even, like, look at this, we've gone under. So this is strange though. Well, no. Yeah. No, sorry. These are the totals here. So, yeah. So, I just kind of have a feeling that tonight will be the night that both teams kind of like wake up, but Cleveland's been playing a little bit better defense recently. So, I just kind of feel like that this is going to go over this 238. Well, if it goes over the 236 that I have, it may hit 237, 238. That's what I'm thinking. Like, it may go under this 238 because it went up, because you're thinking that both teams are going to go out here at least score 100 and close to 120 points, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay. So now the picks for today, per the live stream, per what I picked on the way to work, and even when I got to work. Let's see, next game up. Well, this pick is this one here specifically. It's the Rockets. The number went up 1. I grabbed it at -9 this morning. The Rockets are on the road. They literally just played last night. They like I mentioned before, they lost to the Knicks by 6 points, 124 to 118. Fourth quarter, the Knicks woke up. But again, they're on the road again, traveling literally maybe down the road, however far New Jersey is from NY itself. I grabbed this spot, so now it's 9.5. So it actually dipped up half of a point. Main reason, Brooklyn is. They're still down players, the offense, all of that. You may possibly want to consider taking the team total under in points for the Brooklyn Nets. Maybe, right? Let's look at it. Best value, -104, FanDuel, for them to go under 100 points, 101 points. Definitely, this would have worked out for the Magic last night. So they've only hit this mark 50% of the time in the last 10 games, 60% of the last 5. They went over this twice the last 2 games. And the only thing is the Rockets defense is allowing 109 points, 108.8. That's the issue that you want to consider. Head-to-head matchup, Brooklyn has gone over this mark all 3 games last season. So the question is, can Houston's defense shut this down? Again, for me, I'm looking at this. I'm like, I would probably more than likely take the over. What's the over? Minus 115 over on DraftKings. 40%. Like I said, back-to-back games. Because at least at least they would more than like but that's the thing. They're only averaging 98 points the last 5 games, and they're averaging 99 the last 10. So for me, I look at it, I'm like head-to-head matchup though. Not just, just certain things you want to consider. Head-to-head matchup, this is telling you right here, plus the average, what the Rockets are allowing over the last 10 games alone, you would sit here and say more than likely you would take the over because they just might still score at least over 101 points with the roster that they have. So, but then you can also, if you don't want to take that, because that's the bigger risk out of this one is taking the Rockets team total points, which is 112. 111.5 over on DraftKings. They've hit this mark 60% of the time. 60% of the time, both in the last 10 and 5 games. They're averaging 110 the last 5 games, 114 the last 10 games. Head-to-head matchup, they average 105 against Brooklyn the last 3 games. They only went over this mark one time last season. Brooklyn is allowing 112 points, literally on the nose. So that's why I'm saying, like, if anything, between both picks, more than likely you probably want to lean towards the Brooklyn Nets team total points over. But again, per this actual pick for this one, I grabbed the spread, which was -9 over on FanDuel, which is -110 per the value. So that's that pick. Next up is the game above. Knicks heading to Toronto. They were just at home. They just got the win. Toronto, they had a day off, but they beat the Clippers at home 115-107 2 days ago. But they're at home now. I ended up taking the spread. I took Toronto for the spread. Reason being is because New York just balled out the night before. Got it at, again, plus 5.5. But I grabbed it over on Caesars -110. This is a little better value, -105 over on DraftKings. Kind of upset, but it's okay. Last 10 games, Toronto is covering the spread 80% of the time versus the Knicks, who are covering the spread 60% of the time last 10 games, but differently now. Both teams are covering the spread 80% of the time in the last 5 games. Now let's look at the home for the Toronto Raptors. 80%. But the Knicks away are 40%. They've only covered the spread twice. So just something to consider. Like I said, I decided to take this just because Knicks have been covering the spread the last 2 out of the last 3 games against Toronto. And I just kind of feel like they probably maybe possibly be able to cover the spread tonight. But the only thing is, the reason why I'm saying this more so a big maybe is because RJ Barrett was ruled out. I got the notification roughly a couple hours ago on my phone, so I'm just like, dag, my pick may not go through. But yeah, we'll see. New York may come in here and blow the socks off of Toronto tonight, but we'll see what happens. But I just decided to go with that. Maybe even consider, because again, RJ Barrett is out. Grady Dick may or may not show up tonight. We'll see about that. Is he even playing? That's the other thing. Yeah, RJ's out. They reported today that Chris Boucher is on the trading block, so he may not even be playing at all in this game. For so the Knicks, so OG is not playing. Bridges game time. Josh is game time. Mitchell Robinson's still out. Carl's game time. So this still could maybe possibly go my way. Maybe Toronto could still win um, by a little over a couple of buckets here. We'll see. But that's the pick I decided to go with. Next up, the next pick that I grabbed was the team total points for the Chicago Bulls. For them to go over 112.5, minus 110 over on BetMGM. This one's now minus 115 over on DraftKings. But again, I grabbed it minus 110 over on BetMGM. They've only hit this mark 40% of the time. Last 5 games, though, they've hit this mark 60% of the time. Head-to-head matchup, though, they only hit the mark 2 out of the last 3 games. But they haven't even played at all this season. This is their first meetup against this team. The main reason why I grabbed this over is because Miami is just shy. They're basically 1 point off, two points off from allowing a team to score, 100 and 2 points, because they're allowing 111 points per game currently. So they're 2 point shy. That's the main reason why I grabbed this. Just because, it's more so just because of their defense. That's the main reason. I could have went with the under just because on the at home, Chicago, per their matchup, they, at home they weren't really doing anything last season against Miami. More so at home. Away was a little different story. Now, per these games though, for this season, they went over just 2 times over the last 10 games. They're technically 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. So 2-2 over the last 4 games at home. Again, most recently they did go over. So we'll see what happens if they will actually get this 113. So that's that pick. Another team total over that I decided to take, because this team is just red hot right now, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna just rely on them to go out here and make the magic happen. I'm going against this squad again. I felt good about them allowing a team to score, to not score specific points. But I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to take the Portland Trailblazers to go over their team total points today. Minus 110 BetMGM, 115. It's 114.5 BetMGM, but this is now minus 110 over on FanDuel. They've hit this mark literally 50% of the time, but the last 5 games, 80% of the time. And the main reason why I took it is because the Pacers are allowing 115 points, literally on the number. Head-to-head matchup, they've only went over this number once. But they're averaging 115 points. They've hit 114. So that's what I'm saying. I correlated the Pacers defense plus this one, where, per the team going against the Pacers, whether at home or on the road, they're averaging 115 points. And also too, because they're at home tonight against the Pacers, the last time that they were at home, they scored 118 points. So in a win. So if you want to be Phil Frog, if you want to take the spread as well, because again, the Blazers are blazing it up. They were on a run. They are on a streak, right? Yeah, they're currently on a winning streak of 4 straight games. And in those 4 straight games, they've gone over that mark. They've gone over that 115. So even back-to-back games, 120 points. So yeah. So I'm just like, hey, I said screw it. I'm gonna do it. And I took it. So next one up, Chicago Bulls. It wasn't any team total points or anything. It was Vucevic. He's Currently averaging 3.6 assists. That's what I leaned on. That's what I went and grabbed. I grabbed him to go out here to get 4 assists, 3.5, minus 135. But this one dipped down. I'm upset. It dipped down to 114 again over on FanDuel, but I got it super early. He's hit his mark 70% of the time. Last 10 games and last 5 games, 60% of the time. Per the center position, they are actually literally allowing 4 assists on the nose, 3.5. So, per the Miami's assists per the choice of position, again, who would have saw Vucevic 2 days ago getting a triple double? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that he would have had 10 assists 2 games ago? He's had a few games where he's had like 6 or 7 assists in a night. 10? Are you kidding me? So they're at home. They're against the Miami Heat. I decided to go with this one. I just said screw it. I put him down for the 4. We'll see what happens. I'm hopeful that he goes out and gets 5, 6, maybe 8. We'll see what happens with that. So we'll see. Next up, I decided to go back with Amen Thompson for the Rockets. And I, too, went with, again, his passing. I just said I'm just going to go with his passing. Another one. But this one just is actually 1 point higher. It's 4.5. I got it over on, this is minus 120 on FanDuel now, but I got it over on Bet365 at the time. It was minus 140. He set his mark 50% of the time. Last 5 games, 40% of the time. But back-to-back games of hitting 5 or more. Per the small forward position, they are allowing 4 threes, just shy. So I decided to take a risk here to see if he's going to go out there and get, trust his teammates to be able to go out there and get buckets when he passes to him, within 3 seconds of them getting the rock and releasing it in a shot or fast break or whatever. So we'll see what happens with this pick, but that's the pick. I just decided to go against the grain and just say, hey, maybe he'll go out there and get, like I said, maybe 6 to 8 assists. We'll see what happens with that. So we'll see. And last game up for the night. Los Angeles Lakers at the Clippers. Let's look at the injury report. This is the one game I forgot to take a pick. I was a bit busy. The only player that's out for the Clippers is Christie, because again, no, that's somebody else. So he's out, but it's the Lakers. And Luka's not going to be playing. LeBron's game time decision. Clippers out. Reddish and Vincent are game time decision. This one. Now, last time, 3 days ago, I took Harden to go over his points and assists. He landed on 32. I personally don't want to look to trust him, to be honest. But I think I just found something literally right here. Just literally. This is going to be a live pick because, again, Zubac. There's no bigs really for the squad. The Lakers. There's no bigs. This is 13 rebounds, minus 105. The Lakers are allowing 14 rebounds per the center position. He's hit his mark 40% of the time. 40% of the time last 5 to 10 games. But look at this. He smashed this out the park. Last season, even this year, when they played against him on the 19th at home, they're back at home again against the Lakers. He had 19 rebounds. He had 19 rebounds basically back-to-back games, basically. So I feel like this is the easiest spot right here. This is a no-brainer. I'm going to take it. Let me see. So I'll just do bet because BetMGM's the same thing. So we will do that one. We're going to grab it. BetMGM. Zubac to get 13 rebounds. Minus 105. And this works out because I can pretty much end the stream after we're done because nobody's here. It's just me. Somebody's lurking. I haven't gotten a chance to look. Zubac, where are you, sir? There's rebounds. Because again, Lakers don't have a big to guard him, to stop him from grabbing 13 rebounds. Is Hayes going to be the one to do it? I truly doubt it. It's the final pick for today. For this stream, for today. Unless I do a live pick. But that's all the picks, guys. I think I have like 8 picks in total, 9 picks, something like that. I locked it into bet MGM minus 105. It is locked. We're good. And we're just shy of an hour. This is good. This works out because I can, like I said, I can go eat this sandwich that I brought home from work. Eat some dinner and just kind of rest and get ready to see how these games flow and go. First game up is at 7 o'clock. It's Dallas at Philly. We'll see what happens. And then by, I guess, 9:30-ish or whatever, we'll see how the first, 4 games go, because these ones start at 7:40. We have 1 8 o'clock, 8:10, and then 2, the last 2 are 10:10, at least for Eastern Standard Time from where I am on the East Coast. So that's the picks, guys. What do y'all think of these picks? What are your picks for tonight? Philip, share it to them after the stream goes up. Let me know your thoughts if you feel comfortable. But that's the picks. The only pick I did do I took the original picks that I had and I parlayed them on a ticket over on BetMGM that I'm going to post. So this Zubac one is just going to be just an extra added one that I'm just going to just share on my Twitter. But be sure to go follow me over on Twitter at Vortex46 for all of these picks that I posted, that I talked about here, but I'm going to post in a little bit. And then definitely share my results. See what happens. Hopefully we, maybe go, like I said, there's like maybe 9 picks, so maybe I'll go 7-2, maybe 5-4 or something, or maybe I'll go 3-6. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But with that, I'll holler at y'all later. Be sure to look out for my video for tomorrow and the live stream. Hopefully the live stream for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But either way, I'll holler at y'all later. Stay safe, stay humble. Peace, guys.